Welcome, sales and marketing pros, to Making Sales Social Live, coming to you from the Social Sales Link virtual studios. I'm Bob Woods, and joining me today is the co host of Making Sales Social Live. She's a fellow LinkedIn social selling and AI strategist, consultant, trainer, coach. Put in any other adjective in there you want to, because she does it all and we do it all. Brynne Tillman. How you doing, Brynne?
I'm good, Bob. How are you? All the things that I could say about all those adjectives.
Yes,
And
exactly.
great to see you.
Good to see you too. So, we're going to be diving in deep. Oh my God, that worked. When it comes to AI and ChatGPT today, as we're going to be bringing you 7 of our favorite prompts to use on LinkedIn for social selling. So, we're also giving away these prompts as a PDF. So you don't have to worry about writing them down as we say them. The link is at it's a bit.ly link. So it's at bit.ly, get my AI tools. Again, that's get my AI tools. So if you're on the LinkedIn Live, I've already put that link into the comments. If you're listening to this pre-recorded on our podcast later, we will also have that link in show notes. So just so I'm going to say it one more time, you'll hear it a couple more times. bit.ly/get my AI tools. So let's just go ahead and dive right into these because we've got 7 of them. The first one is really helpful because if you're like me, sometimes you look at a post and it's like, I know what I want to say, but I'm not really sure exactly how I want to say it when it comes to commenting on a post. This prompt will most definitely help you with that, Brynne.
Absolutely. And I am really excited about this option. I just want to say real quick, it's not a PDF that you're going to get. You're going to get, if you go to the bit.ly/get my AI tools, you will go to, it's a smart link inside of LinkedIn.
Oh,
And
yeah.
in that, there is a link where you can download these prompts right into,
That's right.
right, yeah. So right into getmagical.com, which is a Chrome extension that we absolutely love. So with that said, I'm very excited to talk about it. So we're talking about the first prompt, which is around
Commenting on a
commenting,
post. Yep.
right? So, if you have a post that you've come across and you are looking to comment on that post. But again, like Bob said, you're not 100% sure, what do I say? How do I say it? This prompt, which is, I am networking on LinkedIn and I want to leave a relevant comment on. And then what we've done, because it's in Magical, we have paste your text here. So I'll go through this one more time, but make it short, simple, and engaging, not too serious, but professional, and make sure to refer back to a key point in the post. So how do you use this? It's the easiest way to say how to use this really is you put to the prompt. In our case, we have a short code if you're using our prompt, but you put that in to ChatGPT and then you copy and paste the text from the post. So look at the text that the person has that they've put in there, copy that text and add that to your ChatGPT prompt. And then it's going to give you a thoughtful comment. Now, we do not recommend that you copy and paste exactly that way. Look at it, read it. Is it in your voice? Do you agree with it? Is that
Mhm.
something that you would actually say? And then go back and make sure that you've reviewed the post that you are commenting on and make sure it aligns with exactly what they're talking about. Would you add to that,
Excellent.
Bob?
Yeah, so the only other thing that I would add, and this is not only for commenting on a post, this is for not only everything that we're going to say today, this is for anything that you do within ChatGPT. So Brynne said, read it and make sure it's in your voice. The best way to make sure it's in your voice is not only just read it, but read it and say it out loud, at
Mhm.
the same time, like you're reading a script or whatever. If it sounds like you, then that's great. If it doesn't sound like you, definitely don't copy and paste it in because it's not going to sound like you to the reader. It's going to sound like Chat GPT. So you need to
Mm.
make sure that it's in your voice. If you read it out loud and it's not in your voice, rewrite it so that it is in your voice. At least ChatGPT has given you the base to write from so you don't have that, blank page slash, I guess, blank screen syndrome anymore where you have nothing there. You're just fitting it to your voice at that point, which is so much more easier than looking at that blank page or looking at that post going, I think I know what I want to say, but I'm not really sure, or I want to comment, or I have no, and I have no idea
Mm.
what I'm going to say here. That ChatGPT gives you the nugget that you need. You still really need to put it into your own voice. So read out loud what ChatGPT gives you, and then put it into your voice and then stick it in there.
I love that. Number 2, I think, Bob, is very, important in that we are curating content all over the place, right? We
Yeah.
are out there finding, whether it's a Forbes article or maybe we've Googled something and we found a blog post. Now, what's interesting about this, in number 2 that I'm gonna read in a minute, is you don't have to copy and paste the text. You have to do that when you're commenting on a LinkedIn post because LinkedIn blocks ChatGPT and AI from actually reading the text. However, most every other site, it's not blocked. So all you need to do is grab the link to an article or a blog post. And then, so our second prompt is I've identified an article that I want to share on LinkedIn. Please write a short but compelling text for the post that is engaging and encourages my network to engage in comments. You paste the link, and then I have added don't include emojis because what I found with this particular prompt when we were testing this out is it always included emojis. Now, if you like emojis, when you download this, right, when you go to that bit.ly a link or you're scanning our QR code if you're here live and you go and you install these prompts in magical.com, you could take out or edit any of these things and save them. So these prompts are really to get you started. And if you want emojis, you can take out, don't include emojis.
Yeah, and then so the other thing is Brynn is right in that most everything that's on the web ChatGPT can access. The only time that that isn't the case is if it's paywalled for some reason or whatever. At that point, rather than pasting in the link that's there, you'll just paste the text in from the article itself. Because if it's like WSJ or Bloomberg or I mean, one of those types of sites, where you need to at least have a login, if not actually pay for the content, those are going to be the times when you're going to need the paste to text in there. But this will work, or I should say, the link will work for most everything that's out there.
Well, the other thing on that is don't share it anyway, because if someone goes to click through, there's a
Yep,
payroll.
that's the
So
other
a
thing.
paywall, not a payroll, a paywall. So to that point, if you can't, sharing it is almost futile anyway because
Right.
other people can't click through. So that's a good point.
Yep. Yep. So number 3, I'm not sure exactly what you're calling this. I'm calling it as kind of developing general content for you to get engagement with the people who you're trying to start sales conversations with. That's a really, really long phrase, I know, but I think it sums it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't named it yet, but ultimately, this next one is I want to write original content, but I just don't have any ideas. So number 3 is I'm a sales. This is for me. You change it to yours, right? But I'm a sales professional who's looking to engage, and then we have titles. So you would fill in the blank. Who are you looking to engage? For us, we're looking for entrepreneurs, coaches, sales professionals, sales leaders, marketing leaders, right? There's lots. So you put in the titles or the persona you're looking to engage with. In industry, that's our next one. So it's I'm a sales professional looking to engage with, let's say I'm going to go with sales leaders in the professional services industry. Then we have their primary challenge is, and you fill in the blank for the challenge. This is what your prospect is challenged with. And I have 5 ideas. I would like 5 or 10, put in your number, ideas on content that I can write about, make videos, checklists, or ebooks. And you put that in, and all of a sudden it's going to give you lists. I tried it with 5 ideas and I did it with 50 ideas. And oh my gosh, it just keeps coming. And from that, and it'll tell you, because of the way that this is written, you have, here's an idea for a checklist, here's an idea for an ebook, here's an idea for a video. But again, you have the ability to go in and tweak any of these prompts.
Yep.
So maybe you want quotes. I just want ideas for quotes. Whatever it is you want to do, you can manipulate that prompt to work for you.
100%, 100%. And again, the place to get these are, it's a bit.ly link, bit.ly, bit.ly/get my AI tools. And as Brent said before, this will put these into a product that we love here called Magical, which is at getmagical.com. And you use short codes to put this stuff in, and like Bryn said, you could also manipulate these once you bring these into your own Get Magical, and it's all golden from there. We love it, absolutely love it. So number 4 is, what I'm calling transcript summary to post.
I love it.
So yeah, this is involving taking a transcript from, I mean, it could be from anywhere, from a meeting that you may have had with someone that got transcribed into Zoom, to a podcast transcript if you have access to that. Basically anything that's in that kind of transcript form, and you've probably seen what I'm talking about when it comes to that, because there's always like time codes and people's names and stuff like that in there.
Yeah, I love that. And honestly, I'll hop onto a Zoom and talk for 3 to 5 minutes, and I'll pull that transcript if I'm looking for an idea. But to your point, this one is really designed when there's multiple people talking, because this prompt says clean up this transcript, take out speaker names and timestamps. Then write, and you fill in the number of characters. So maybe 2,000 character post written in the first person for sales leaders based on the following insights only. And you paste that full transcript, add a call to action offering an insights call around this topic using this link. And I always put my calendar link. Then include 3 engaging title options. So as you're doing this, as you are creating this, we are taking a transcript. It could be a client call, right? And then writing insights, right? So it could be, if you had a 2,000 character post, that could be a post that's written specifically to LinkedIn, but you could create a whole blog or an article around this. There's so much that you can do. And now whatever conversation you have, you are turning that and converting that into content. So that's pretty powerful.
Very powerful. I definitely think so. And it's amazing how ChatGPT can like boil all this stuff down into something that's really usable and really good. But again, don't just copy and paste. Read it out loud. Make sure it sounds like you, and then use it.
Yeah. And by the way, this can build on your ideas. So if you
Yeah.
go in and you've got these 10 ideas, now you can take that idea and just talk about it on Zoom, grab that transcript, and now you've got tons of content that you can pull from.
Yep. Next one, number 5. This one has to do with LinkedIn polls. We still love LinkedIn polls here. Thank God the initial kind of rush to do polls by everyone is now gone, and now we're at least I'm only seeing, like, truly good polls out there
I am
anymore, which is
too.
what they should have been all along, but ChatGPT, never say that too fast. ChatGPT can help you create polls, and it does it very effectively too.
Yeah, I love that. So this is our fifth one, and it's simply create a LinkedIn poll question that's positioned as, and then what we've done is we've put parentheses, randomly include one of the following statements, a top priority in their number one concern or most important. So what we're saying is it doesn't randomly include a phrase that starts with someone's top priority, what is most important to them. And the reason we say this is LinkedIn polls, you can only vote on one. You can't vote on more. So if you say, what's important to you, there may be more than one answer. So we want to make sure that we're starting with what is the most important or the number one concern. So we've taught ChatGPT to think that way. 2, and then you fill in your job title, so sales leaders on, and then paste the transcript. So we can reuse that transcript one more time. Or if it's in the same chat, you can even say use the transcript above, up to you,
Yep.
right? In 120 characters, including spaces, because that's what we've got in a poll. Then offer 3 potential answers, each 30 characters or less, and include answer number 4 that states other sharing comments. We always want the fourth one to be other sharing comments, and this prompt is written to do that. The reason we want to do that is we can really frustrate our network if we have 4 answers and they don't if they don't believe in all 4 of those, or they have an opinion outside of those, they feel frustrated. And it's funny, I do too. Like if I can't really answer the poll, I end up skipping it if
Yep.
it's not clear. So we have that. So whenever you use this prompt, it will always give you number 4, other sharing comments. Then we end it with then conclude LinkedIn text for the post that will attract and engage connection. So not only will it give you the poll question and the 4 poll answers, it will now also give you the text that you can use to publish that poll.
100%, 100%. And actually, as we go through these last 4, you can use these as all part of the same chat. So the transcript summary to post, and then poll creation, which we've referred back to, you can do that as well. Or if you want to create a poll on something completely different, but you have like an article in mind or something like that. So when you'll see in Magical where it says paste transcript here, you could paste an article in there,
A
or
link,
something
sure.
like that too, or link to the article. Yeah, exactly. So these can be used in succession within the same chat, or you can break any and all of these out and use them individually as well, which I mean, chat gpt the only limit with ChatGPT truly, although it has weird ones, but the only true limit you have is your own imagination.
I love
So with that,
that.
we're going to go. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. When you're feeling a little sick, your mind just kind of goes in all different directions that it might not normally go in. So, number 6, use that same transcript or use an article or whatever, but I think for these last 2 where we're gonna keep it in the framework of continuing the chat from number 4 on down. So,
Mhm.
number 6 is gonna be use that transcript to generate quotes directly from the transcript, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah, just if you wanted to get quotes where, let's say you're going to go into Canva and create a quote slide, or you just want one phrase, write 10 quotes from transcript, whether you're pasting it or you're referring to the transcript in the same chat, that are under 250 characters, including spaces, which will be used in an image, right? So that means we need to make sure that those words will fit in an image, which is why I go with 250 characters. You could certainly change that number to something else, but that tends to be a really good sized quote. and it will pull out quotes. So if you have, let's say, a 20-minute conversation with someone, and especially if it's a prospect or a client where you're answering questions, you could get 7, 8, 9, 10 quotes in 20 minutes. It's amazing how brilliant you are when you start recording yourself. Um, and then there are some really interesting ways that we can use those quotes. And actually, stay tuned. We have a workshop that's coming up in March, which may be right around the corner if you're listening to this in replay. But ultimately, we're going to show you wonderful ways to create the 10, 15 quotes, upload them into Canva, and have them auto populate into a branded slide, or that you could just download. I mean, it takes 3 minutes, 5 tops if you're new,
Yep.
and you can create that content at scale.
Yeah, so I just wanted to bring up a really quick comment from Michelle. Where do you come up with these prompts? Which is a very good question, and I've already answered these in chat, but I just wanted to bring them up ourselves. We created them ourselves, although specifically Brynne did all the ones today. But one of the things that we do is prompt development here at Social Sales Link. Brynne, myself, Stan, we do prompting for all different types of things all day, all night. We would do it 24/7 if our bodies allowed us to. So, I mean, that's a joke, but seriously,
We
that's how
love
much
it.
not only do we love ChatGPT, but just the value that we think ChatGPT has for the future too of sales.
So today, Stan, Bob, and I met on the workshop that I just talked about, and we're like, we need a landing page. Okay. We jumped into ChatGPT and said, we are sales trainers who will be teaching AI for LinkedIn engagement. Here are the takeaways that we're going to offer. Create a landing page. And then what would have taken us, oh, I don't know, 2 hours to write, we were done in 10 minutes. We did go through, maybe 15. We did go through line by line, and we're like, we
Yep.
wouldn't say this. We would say
Yep.
it this way. Maybe,
Yep.
but right. And we brought
And
our
that's the
words into
important
it.
part. That's the important part. But without ChatGPT to get us going, just like Brynne said, it would have taken us a couple hours. Instead, it took us 15 minutes. And that's with all three of us really pouring through and pulling apart the copy that it generated. But because we had the copy to start with, it went a lot quicker.
Yeah, I love it.
Yep.
All right, so let's use number 7, which, by the way, is so easy, especially if you have now just spent all your time in creating this other chat. You've given ChatGPT lots of fodder to do what it still is not great at, but we're working on it, which is
Yeah.
number 7. You want to talk about that one?
Yeah, so I mean, and to say that we're not great at it definitely falls on my shoulders too, because goodness knows I've tried in both DALL-E, DALL-E, which is ChatGPT's own image generator, as well as Canva has its own AI generator, and I'm not really good at this yet. That's probably one of the things that I'm going to be delving into because I know that there are specific prompts that you can do to better the output from places like that better. But we do have a prompt that gets you started with. So the prompt is please create an image for a LinkedIn post that aligns with, and then you can refer back to the transcripts up above if you're within that same chat, like we had suggested before, or if there's a LinkedIn post that you just did and you want something from that, you can copy and or you can paste in the post that you had. Or, let's say going up a little bit farther in our list, you did the one on posts, the prompt that we provided on posts, but now you want an image for that. You could then within the same chat ask it to come up with an image based on what you've already generated there as well.
Yeah, I love it. Well, those are our 7 for today.
Yep, that's it. So we hope you all enjoyed it. As Brent said, we do have our workshop coming up in March. Keep tuned. God, listen to me
Stay
slipping back
tuned.
on the radio. Stick around or whatever for details
Oh, I
on
get it.
on that
tuned.
tune
Tuning,
as in
I'm
the
doing little
tune.
radio, like tuning the radio. It's the first
Mm,
time I ever put 2 and 2 together there.
nobody knows about radio anymore. So, thanks again for joining us on Making Sales Social Live. Thank you, Lisa and Michelle, for your final comments. We appreciate it. And thank you for joining us on Making Sales Social Live. If you're with us live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, or X/Twitter right now, we do this every week. So keep an eye out for our live sessions. If you're listening to us on our podcast, go ahead and hit that subscribe, follow button, and do whatever else you need to do to get alerted when our new episodes drop. And you can also use those to go back and see our previous episodes. More info on our podcast is available at socialsaleslink.com/podcast. We do 2 shows weekly, this one and our Making Sales Social interview series, where we talk with leaders and experts in sales, marketing, business, and many more areas. So when you are out and about, be sure to make your sales
Social. Bye, guys.